Hi guys, so my name is Christin Slough and I'm kind of going to introduce myself. I'm going to jump right into my training because, well, two reasons. One, a lot of people are going to watch this back later and I can't stand trying to watch a live video and sitting there for 10 minutes while the person just like hangs out. So I want you to be able to just jump right in and be able to watch this back later. And then the other is that I actually scheduled way more than for myself today than was reasonably possible. So like I did all of this office work this morning, ran out of the door at 2. I started a Facebook launch party last night. It's still going today. And so I was posting in that, filling orders, got all my stuff done. Hey girls, how are you? Left the house at 2, had a lash appointment at 3, have this video now. And then I need to pick up my daughter, stop by one of my downline's house and get to Oklahoma by 6 o'clock for a at-home launch demo, and then I have another Facebook party tonight. So I may have slightly overbooked myself today, but that's okay. It's going to be awesome. So hello. I'm so glad that y'all are here. And what I want to talk about is starting off with no money, because there's a lot of reasons why people want to start out without placing a big order. The first one is I tell people all the time, I didn't have the money to do that when I first signed up. The truth was, I could have found the money if I believed in it at the time, but I was really skeptic of MLMs and I was not willing to be the Mary Kay girl with a closet full of stuff that I either didn't want to or couldn't sell. So when I signed up, it was actually in April of last year. So it's been about 19 months now, I guess. And when I signed up, it was during the week of seminar, which is really hilarious and kind of coincidental because when I signed up, I had signed, my lashes are extensions, girl. I just walked out of my extension appointment. Anyway, so I was really skeptical. I had done a Facebook party because I had wanted like 5 lip colors and I refused to pay $125 for lipstick. So I did a party. I wanted it to do really well. My upline did all of her posts. I did selfies and I did an application video. I tagged people in posts. Like I just wanted it to do well because I wanted free stuff. So after my party was done, I decided, okay, you know what? This seems pretty easy. I can probably do a few of these parties, get 2 or 3 orders together. My friends and family will get what they want. I'll get what I want, and then it'll just fizzle out. So that's exactly what I did. I was not about to place an order with my own money for inventory or testers or anything like that because I wasn't going to do any of that. So I actually I took my first party. I decided to do a launch party because I had done a hostess party with Angela, my upline, and then I signed up like after the party, and then I decided I was going to do a launch party for myself because I wanted to put another order together. And I wanted to put an order together with other people's money and not my own. So I did another party and I created posts and I just did all this stuff and I created a launch party. So I did it on Facebook. I created a launch party. I invited kind of everybody to my business. And what I ended up doing was taking all of their money and turning around and placing an order with it. And everything that I made in profit, I turned around and added that back to my cart for free. So, within your first 30 days, all of your $600 orders are half off. So if you get $300 in orders, you can add $300 worth of stuff for yourself for tax and shipping, essentially. So that's what I did. I honestly just bought myself stuff. Well, I was buying myself stuff and I kind of ran out of the lip colors that I wanted. So I started buying eyeshadow and I was like, wow, this eyeshadow is kind of amazing. So I started sharing the eyeshadow and then I tried the foundation and the foundation was kind of amazing. So I started trying the foundation. So I ended up doing all of that just kind of naturally because I really enjoyed the products. And every time I bought something new, I would try it and I would love it. And I shared my success along the way. And whether you just started yesterday or whether you have been at this a year, I think that you can share your successes from day one. And I think that when people are looking for a business and they're looking to join something, it's because they want to have fun and they want to make money. So if you're thinking to yourself, well, how do I sponsor girls? I don't make $20,000 a month. Most people, when they sign up, do not think they're going to make $20,000 a month. They are thinking that they are going to pay for ballet lessons, cover their cell phone bill. They're going to buy that purse they've been wanting. They're going to cover their, whatever daycare cost there is. So maybe they just want to get some of their makeup for free. Maybe they just want to have fun. Maybe they just need some more girlfriends, right? So people sign up for a million different reasons, and they only really want to know two things is, am I going to have fun, and can I make a little bit of money? And that's it. So share every time you make a little bit of money. Share every time you get some new products for yourself. Do that live video and say, oh my gosh, girl, I got these 3 eyeshadows for free with my last order. All I had to pay was tax and shipping because I used my profits from my sales. And I'm going to show you how to use these. And then you show them how to use them. Because how exciting is that? Everybody loves free stuff, right? So even if all you're getting right now is free eyeshadows with your order, word up, girl. Yes, for sure. That's cool. No problem. So here's about how you can start off with no money. There's really 4 key things that you absolutely have to be willing to do. The first one is you've got to individually reach out to people because there is a Facebook party, there are lunch parties, there's all these different things. But when you post on Facebook, you are planting seeds. When you have a conversation, you are selling and sharing and developing a relationship because this is relationship marketing and you don't really form a relationship with people by posting on Facebook. So you plant seeds on Facebook, but for every Facebook post you see me make, I am having 10 conversations in the background with people who are interested in the business, interested in the product, have shown interest but haven't purchased yet. And sometimes they will go ahead and purchase through your, group. They'll, say, yeah, I want to buy that. But for the most part, I make most of my sales through individual reach out. So if you look at my group and you look at even my salesy type posts, you probably won't see any comments on them at all, or maybe 1 or 2 comments, but I may have made 10 sales off that because I took that post and I shared it with my customers. So I share it with my customers privately and I'm like, hey girl, I have this deal going on and I thought that you might like it. Or hey, I tried a new eyeshadow today and I think it would look beautiful on you. And I share it with them privately and start a conversation. So the next thing is Facebook parties. Facebook parties is how I built my business. So I have Facebook parties for other people, and that is a great way to get somebody else started without having money up front. And I'll get more into this later. In-home demos, you can get started doing in-home demos with just testers. You can have your sponsor come over with her testers. You can have your sponsor mail you testers if she has them. If she doesn't, get your own. If you don't have those, meet your girls for happy hour with your own 3 personal colors, swatch them on the back of your hand, rub it, rub your lips, take your beauty book and get pre-orders. You can do this. When you assume that you can't do it that way, I don't have enough stuff, I don't have this, I don't have that. Don't worry, girl. It's magic. It speaks for itself. If I can sell it over Facebook with not a single product in my hand, I can sell it at home, in person, at happy hour with a few colors and a lookbook. That is totally fine. No big deal. Just do pre-orders. And then the other thing that I did to really get my business rocking and rolling is a monthly VIP party. My monthly VIP parties are incredible. I don't have them as much anymore, but when I was building my business, I had 1 week that I would totally dedicate to doing a Facebook party for my own group. Now, this is really important, guys. You have to do a demo for yourself every month, whether that is your home demo, whether that is taking your girls out and meeting them at happy hour and showing off your stuff, whether that is in your Facebook group, whether you use your Instagram stories. You have to party for yourself every month because the goal of having a hostess party is to flip her and sign her up to be a distributor. And if you're at the last weekend of the month and you are relying on your hostess parties to place your first of the month order, you are not going to be able to do it if you sign them up. Right? So don't count on hostess parties for making your 100 PV, 300 PV, 750 PV, 1000 PV, whatever your goal is, you have got to demo to your own customers to sell that much. And do not rely on Facebook parties because that is how the sponsoring magic happens. All the sponsoring magic happens with Facebook hostesses. and with in-home demo hostesses and with happy hour hostesses, because that is how I sign people up. So I'm not going to rely on them to be my monthly order because I'm going to sponsor them. Now, let me tell you how I do all of this, because all of this is great in theory, but it's only good if you can actually take this and do it. All right. So the first thing is individually reach out. You can do lots of different things. So when you're building your business, you can, if you're not even ready to start a Facebook group or a Facebook event, you can literally sign up right now. You can create a little video of you rubbing your lips, you know, showing your finger and hands and all that good stuff. Make it like 30 seconds and send it to some of your girlfriends and be like, hey girl, I just signed up to sell this incredibly magical lipstick. I'm putting together my first order. I wanted you to get in on it. What kind of colors do you normally wear? And just let them respond, right? So don't ask them, hey, do you want to buy or not? Just say, what kind of colors would you normally wear? And then help them find a color. And then you ask them to buy, right? So just a little demo video and you could absolutely get in contact with them. And Mary, I see your comment right now that says, I would much rather sponsor them than have them as a customer. Oh, yes. Are you serious? I don't want to send out 10,000 pink packages a month. I don't have time for that. You have a physical capacity limitation for how many pink packages you can sell. And the fact is, if I'm doing a hostess party for somebody, hey guys, if I'm doing a hostess party for somebody, she is the owner of her network. I don't know her network. They don't know me. Am I going to be able to effectively mine her network as well as she is? No, absolutely not. So I don't want to sell to all of her people. I want her to sign up to sell to all of those people. And then I want her to have her friends sign up and sell to all of their people. And that's how you build this like magical lippy empire, because I can duplicate myself. And then all of a sudden I'm, you know, ranking up and all those things are fun. But the really fun part is getting commission checks, because I receive a big fat paycheck every month, like a really exceptionally large paycheck every month. And it takes a lot of work, but I get a really huge amount of money every month from other people selling stuff. So if you're looking at my hostess party like, I'm going to get $300 in my hand, or I'm going to get a distributor, take the distributor, even when they tell you they're signing up for a personal discount, because I signed up for a personal discount. Many of you signed up for a personal discount, and it's a numbers game. So I am going to pause for a second here and tell you a little bit about me and about the numbers game. So I am a queen, and what that means is I have a $5 million team who has done, not including my own sales, $5 million group sales volume since April 1st of this year. I signed up April of the year prior, 1 full year. I went from day one at $0 and I ended the year 40,000 shy of 4 million. So right about 4 million last year. And then the year rolled over and I've done another 5 million that year. And that doesn't count one of my crown princesses who broke off for recognition, but not from my paycheck. She's in my paycheck, but she's not a part of my GSV for this year. So this year I've over $6 million. So the reason that I have all of that and that my paychecks are based on that is because I have instituted these models and because I've sponsored. The long game here is sponsoring, because if you're thinking of this party that might deliver you $300 in profits or $500 in profits, or having a distributor who may earn you $10,000 a month because she decided to be a business builder, I'm going for the $10,000 a month, kids. So here's the numbers thing, and this is what I want to tell you, is I try to flip every party hostess. If I can get a party to $300 in sales, I can usually get them to sign up. If you think about this, I've been doing this for 19 months. I've sponsored like 45 people personally, which isn't a ton compared to a lot of people. But I have offered the opportunity to probably a couple hundred or more. And then out of those, 45 have actually paid their $55 and signed up. Out of those, last month, I maybe only had like 15, 16, 17 who placed over a 300 PV order. And then maybe another 8 or 9 more that placed between 100 PV and 300 PV. Out of those, I have 3 Crown Princesses on my first line that earn me 90% of my income. So it's really important for you to understand that when you're reaching out to people and you're having all of these conversations, that if you are, contacting people, that when they tell you no, that's fine. They tell me no all the time. So when you look at me and you're like, oh, well, Kristin's so great at coming up with, overcoming objections. Kristin's so great at sponsoring. She has all the answers. No, I don't. People tell me no all the time. I just ask more questions. So if you're finding that you're not sponsoring, you're just not asking people enough, to be honest with you. That's my own opinion. So anyways, that's the numbers game, right? I've offered it to a couple hundred, maybe a few hundred people. 45 have done it. 16 or so were qualified last month. 3 earned me 90% of my money. So when somebody tells you that they're signing up for the personal discount and you're like, oh, I don't want to give me their party profits. They don't want to sign up and work the business. Sign them up, ladies, because out of my 3 Crown Princesses, one of them signed up for the business. One of them signed up and told me specifically she was never going to work this business because she was doing another direct sales company. And one of them signed up just strictly for the discount because she was tired of giving me her money. So hello, y'all, please sign up all of the hostesses. All right, so let's talk about Facebook parties, because there's a little bit of glitter that you can sprinkle on Facebook parties, and Facebook parties have changed. Facebook parties used to be, we would create a group and we would dump everybody that we know in it, and then we would, here, hang on one second. I'm gonna turn my car on because I had it off and now I'm getting hot and I'm turning super red. All right, I'm gonna turn on the Christmas music. Hang on. All right, but I'm gonna get some air going. If the air sounds loud, let me know, but I'm hot. And I was trying to make it nice and quiet. All right, so Facebook parties. We used to take a group and then just dump every female we knew in it and start posting and have a party. And there's a lot of people who still do that. I found that that's a little troublesome because Facebook does not love groups anymore. They feel like they're spammy. If you add a ton of people to a group, you can end up in Facebook jail. People are like, I'm in another group now. And a group has no end. You know what I mean? So when they get added to a group, they're like, holy crap, I'm going to be solicited forever. So I've started using events for my Facebook parties, and I have not seen that they have impacted the actual party sales in a negative way at all. So I actually have started using events, and the way that you use events is do a private event on your personal page for your hostesses, or you do an event within your group for your customer group if you're doing that monthly. And you have to super hostess. I super hostess my own parties, and I teach all of my hostesses to do the same. Now, whether they do it or not, that's kind of up to them, right? But the hostess makes the difference. So what I think that is really, really important with the whole hostess coaching thing is to realize that some people are going to do it and some people are not going to do it. But here's how you coach them to give yourself the very best chance to get all of the money. So the first thing you do with your super hostesses, and you say, okay, girl, we're going to have an amazing party. You are going to get the absolute best discount and rewards if you follow my plan. Now, and I'm telling you this how I do it. Your party plan may be different. You may need to adjust this to your method. You may want to, do this differently. And at the moment, what I am doing is I'm launching my new distributors in a Facebook event and helping them host a party. And then I'm helping them build a group after that more organically. So I'll get to that here in a second. But everybody who does a hostess party or a launch party, or even when I do my own parties, I super hostess them. So you're going to say to your hostess, this is how I do mine, is if you add 50 people to the invite, I'm going to give you a free color for inviting 50 people to your party. But don't put in more than that, because if somebody looks at an invite and it has 300 people on it, they're going to assume that it's spam, and they are going to hit can't go because we fast forward through commercials. Just so you know, don't put more than 50 in. 50 is the magic number. You add 50 people, I'm going to give you a free color for hosting this party. Now, you can earn a free gloss by getting 25 of those people to RSVP. And it's really important to get people to RSVP so you know that they see our posts. I don't expect you to, do anything crazy. I just want to make sure that people are seeing our posts. So if you can get 25 people to RSVP to this event, you're going to get a gloss. Now, I'm going to tell you how to get people to RSVP to your event. And the first thing you're going to do is message 15 of your closest girlfriends, your mom, your sister, your cousin, your homegirls that do everything with you. And you're going to say, I found this amazing product. I'm super in love with it. I'm having a really quick party on Facebook. It's in an event. It will not take over your feed. And if I get 25 people to RSVP, I get something for free. Will you RSVP? And they're going to be like, yeah, girl, no big deal. It's just Facebook. It's not like I'm asking them to do anything crazy. So I will get them to have 15 people, and they will message them first and ask them if they can get them to RSVP. So then you create the event, you give her the link, and she adds those 10 or 15 people, gets them to RSVP. And so you're looking at your event and you only have like 15 people invited now. At least 10 of them have RSVP'd. And now she's going to go and invite 10 more people. And so when she invites those 10 more people, she's going to invite them via private messaging, and she's going to say, hey girl, I'm having this event. I am super excited about it. The product is amazing, and I was hoping that you wanted to come. Here's a link to the event. And if you do this in Messenger, it'll show you how many people are like going to the event. And when somebody looks at an event, there's some psychology here. It's like standing on a beach and you see a crowd and they're standing at the water's edge and you're like, what are they looking at? You're going to wander over there and you're going to want to figure out what they're looking at. It's the same way with these Facebook events, because if 20 people haven't been invited to something and 15 of them have RSVP'd, you're like, oh my gosh, well, something's going on here. I need to go to that. So they are more likely psychologically to follow the crowd to go see what's going on as you add them. So be sure that you have them go ahead and invite like 15 people, get them to RSVP, as many of them as you can. And then when you've got about 10 people who have RSVP'd, then start adding in groups of 10. And then once more of them have RSVP'd, another group of 10. Now, this is a little labor intensive, right? So this is a little bit more for your super hostess. This is more for the girl who is trying to start a business and is really willing to put some elbow grease. Honestly, you may have some lazier Facebook hostesses out there. If you can get them to do the first part by adding the 10 to 15 people, getting their RSVPs in, they can go ahead and add the other 35 and just send them a private message and, you know, hope that they respond, and you can do them all at one time rather than in chunks. But to get the absolute best response, doing them in chunks and waiting until people accept it and then adding the next chunk and then waiting for more, it keeps the ratio of going to invited really strong so that people see that crowd and they're like, I'm gonna go figure out what's going on here. Is it a shark washed up on shore? What is happening? Like, people want to know. So that is how I super hostess. And I do the same thing a lot with my own. It's a lot about private messaging. So I'm not going to reach out to my own customers and be like, yeah, I'm going to earn a free gloss from myself if I get 25 people to RSVP to my event. But when I'm having an event for my own customers, about a week before the event, I sit down with my Square list and my Facebook open, and I contact every single one of my customers. And I let them know that I have a promotion coming up. I only do promotions once a month. I am not constantly doing like a sale on reds, a sale on this, a sale on that. I am doing a once a month promotion, generally speaking, and that is it. So I will message my customers and be like, hey girl, I hope you're loving your lip scents. I have a promotion coming up. It's my only promotion for a month. So if you have been looking for a new color, holiday eye makeup, you want to revamp your skincare, now is the time to do it during my party. It's coming. And so I will say, hey, and be sure to hit going so that you see the posts, because I'm going to have a free giveaway. And I always have some kind of giveaway. Maybe it's like a hand cream, a body wash, a body scrub, something that's cost me $10 and people get excited about. So I go ahead and I'm like, oh girl, it's all good. You just need to go ahead and hit RSVP so that you can enter the giveaway. So I super hostess my party about a week before, and I contact everybody. And then I go through my Facebook friends list and I'm like, okay, who are you? We went to high school together. You're not a distributor yet. You've never bought from me. I'm going to message you something like, hey girl, I don't think that I've ever sold you lip scents before. It's completely amazing. I wanted to let you know that I've got a promotion coming up. So if you've ever seen a post that interested you, now would be a great time to try it. And I just go ahead and let them know that. And I think that for me, I have never been worried about bugging people because I've always felt like it was good customer service. So I'm going to tell you a story about my upline, Angela. My upline, Angela, has a personal stylist that she works with at Nordstrom's. This person does not cost any money. He just helps you find the things that you want and he makes a commission on them. So he is wonderful, and Angela is completely evil and totally introduced me to this guy, and I love him, but I don't go to Nordstrom's very often because it's over an hour from my house, so I don't do a lot of shopping. Well, David is amazing, and David texts me pictures of pretty things when there are sales, and I totally end up buying pretty things that I would not have purchased otherwise. Do I feel like David is bothering me? Do I feel like David is spamming me? Do I feel like David is, trying to make a buck off me? No, I feel like David treats me with incredible customer service, and I love it, and I feel special, and it makes me feel awesome. So I totally buy the things, and I probably shouldn't. So don't think of it as bugging people. Treat it like white glove customer service. It is white glove customer service to personally reach out to your customers and invite them to take part in a promotion. It is white glove customer service to pre-sell to them. I will be like, hey girl, since you're a VIP, I'm gonna let you know what I have in stock, and I will let you pre-shop before I open it up to everybody else. And I let them pre-shop my event. How special is that? That's fair. That's like amazing, right? So, the other thing about the new party method is keeping your posts pretty streamlined. So when you're in an event, when I see events get really out of control, they have way too many posts in them. People jump in it. They can't immediately tell how to shop and order. And I think it's like absolutely critical that at any point for somebody to like jump into an event, be able to shop and be able to order easily. I get added to a lot of events. I get added to a lot of groups, and I got added to a Scentsy party. Well, I just ran out of bars the other day, so I was like, oh, I'm going to jump in. I'm going to get a 6-pack of bars really quick, and I hopped in. The posts were in order. I found exactly the link to go shopping. I found the exactly special that I was looking for, and I found them within minutes. I shopped and I checked out. I had not interacted in that party once. I had not opened that party once. I had not commented on a darn thing. I just went ahead and hopped in there and grabbed what I needed because they had it designed very streamlined. These people are not sitting in your event 24 hours a day for 3 days watching you post. They are going to hop in. They want to know what it's about. They want to look at what you have to offer, and they want to purchase it quickly. All right. So just keep it nice and simple. I do not have a current party page of my new model because I am still working out the tweaks on that one, but I will do a mock Facebook party as soon as I have it where I like it. Let's see. You have to have videos of you. I'm sorry. I know there are such beautiful women in this company and that it is so nice to use these gorgeous ladies, but you can use some of that, but you absolutely have to use yourself as well. You have to demo the product yourself. That is absolutely imperative. Tagging people and messaging them, you just need people to see it. So tagging people, messaging people, that's super important. Sorry, I have notes. Like, I'm so prepared today. I feel really good about myself. Hostessing, the same thing. So we're hostess coaching. Oh, here's a tip. Hostess coaching. So if you got all of these amazing ideas for hostess coaching and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do all this stuff, but how am I going to coach my hostess? Most hostesses don't want to get on the phone with me for an hour. Do a video. Sit down and take this video and rewind it and like write down all of your hostess coaching stuff and all the stuff you want to tell them. Practice it in your mirror a couple times, get the flow down, and then make like a 5 or 6 minute video. And as soon as somebody signs up to do a party with you, send them the video. And then you say, hey girl, let me know when you're done watching the video and I'll create your event. Don't send them the link until they've watched the video or they will add 300 people to it. I swear to you, it happens every time. And then sometimes they will lie to you and they will tell you that they watched your video and they didn't. That happens too. People are liars. All right. So flipping your hostesses. Flipping your hostesses is magical. So I would say that my success ratio is pretty high. If I can get a party to like $300, I can generally flip that hostess. And let me show you how. Here's where a lot of people get off track. When they're flipping hostesses, they either want to get on the phone and word vomit, or worse, they try to explain the whole 300 PV, $600 order thing by typing a 6-paragraph long message on Messenger. Like, y'all, that is so hard. That is so confusing. That is so many words. It is ungodly. So I'm going to give you my magic sauce here. So what you're going to do is when you get to the end of your party, and I don't send invoices to the end of my party. So I'm like, hey ladies, this event ends on whatever day, on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, all of your invoices are going out. And at the end of the day on Tuesday, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to make this sheet of paper. Here's what you get as a hostess. You had a $300 party, and here's what you get as a lit boss. And I just put that this is $55 a year up here. I don't make it part of the math. And over here, I'm like, okay, girl, you invited 50 people, so you got a color. And then you got 25 to RSVP, so you got a gloss. And then I do $10 per 100 in sales for my party hostesses. It's just a credit. They can use it towards anything they want. I don't have to worry about a discount. I'm not telling you this is the right party hostess structure, but it makes math easy in my brain because I can say you got a $30 gloss or $30, a color, and a gloss. Or you can pay $55 and have a wholesale membership for a year. You can put $300 in customer money. You can put $300 free product for you. And all it costs you is tax and shipping. And then I put a big star down here and I say during your first 30 days, orders of $600 plus are 50% off. So they're understanding that if they put $600 in their cart, they get it 50% off, which ties back to the $300 in customer orders. So I can't flip my screen, y'all. So there's no way for me to flip my screen. So if this is backwards for you, I'll just have to take a picture of it. So if there is, all you can do is point them back to the $300. And if they did $350, this is $350 and this is $350. If they did $500, this is $500, this is $500. Because what I want them to do is I want them to put $500 in their cart because I want them to have a 500 PV order. If they had a $600 party, I want them to put $600 in their cart so they have a 600 PV order. So I just write this out like you don't have to explain all the possibilities. If they come back and they say, well, I don't really want to spend $300 on stuff, then you could explain to them, okay, great. Well, you can pocket your profits, or whatever. Yeah. So, I mean, you can do whatever here. So anyways, so I can take a picture of this and pop it into the comments, but it's really that simple. And write it down, and I take a picture of this with my phone and I send it to them and I say, hey, here's the hard part. I'm going to ask you whether you want to be the hostess or you want to be the distributor. Here's the breakdown of what you will receive for free if you are the hostess versus the distributor. And then I just wait for them to respond. Are you going to be the hostess or the distributor? And then they'll go ahead and they'll ask you questions and do all kinds of stuff, and you'll walk them through it, whatever questions that they have. And oh, and here's another little secret sauce that I learned from Stephanie Bowler-Jack. She's one of my Ruby Crown princesses. She says, when somebody says, yeah, I'd like to know more about being a distributor, you just say, what do you want to know? I could talk about it all day. Don't just word vomit all over them. Ask them specifically what they want to know and specifically respond to their questions. This is not to be deceptive. This is not to hold anything back. This is so you don't word vomit on them and confuse them. All right? So that's how I flip my hostesses. Let's see, how are we doing on time? About 30 minutes? All right, well, I'm not gonna go past 40 minutes because I have to make 2 stops and get to another state for a demo tonight. So, starting your groups. If you are launching, or you're launching someone new, or you're launching somebody who's had an event for you, and you're starting your groups, I don't know that I would do it like we used to, where we took, oh, you know what? I see a question here. I'll answer. If they don't get to $300, do you still present the options? I absolutely do. So if it's $200, I will write down, you know, $200, their rewards on this side. And then maybe you have like $60 in profits and that'll cover your sign up fee. So instead of getting like one $30 credit, you can get your discount all year round. You know, you can kind of sell it that way. So I do still do it that way. And I have had people that didn't come out really in the black by signing up on their party because it only did $100 or $200. Go ahead and sign up anyways because they wanted the discount. So that'll happen too. Give everybody the same opportunity. All right. So starting your groups has become more complicated because you can't just dump like 400 people in there anymore. So I would really recommend that you start out with a Facebook event, and from your event, you're going to take the people who purchased from you and you're going to add them to your group first. You're going to say, I decided to sign up. I am so excited about this. I am so glad to have you as part of my group. This is going to be a beauty and lifestyle group, and I'll definitely share some stuff about the products and, you know, when I have promotions, but mostly this is just going to be our little girl group where we can come in and we can talk about things and we can talk about beauty and lifestyle and stuff like that. So you're going to add them, and then you're going to contact your people and ask them if they can post selfies in your group, and you can entice them to do that a few different ways. So I would create your group, put in your basic lip sense info, your lip sense albums, your shadow sense albums, just like some of your basic info, and then add people who purchased from you or people who showed interest but haven't purchased yet, interacted in your event maybe but haven't bought yet, and add them. And then I would reach out to people privately and ask them if they can post a selfie in my group. Now, you can entice them to do this a couple different ways. You can either offer them a promo or a deal or something, but the other way to do it is say, if you'll post a selfie in my group, I'll send you some deluxe skincare samples and a body loofah. Well, a body loofah in back office is literally $1, and deluxe skincare samples are available. We've got, I think, normal to dry right now. And then you send them like a lookbook and a package of skincare samples and a loofah, and they post a selfie in your group because everybody likes something free. So you get them to post some selfies in your group, and then you add like 20 or 30 more people, and you start talking about lip sense, and you start tagging them in posts. So you can actually take like smaller groups of people and build your group more organically. And what you will notice is that as you add groups, some people will leave. And that is totally okay because Facebook judges your success in your group not by how big it is, but by how many people are actually engaged in your group. So it's super important for you not to have a lot of dead weight in your group, which is why I actually don't recommend having a lot of other lip sense distributors in your group. They're dead weight, and they're going to look at your posts. They're not going to like, they're not going to comment, they're not going to interact, and they're just going to bog your group down, okay? So I would highly recommend not opening up your groups to other distributors, and I'm saying that now because a lot of people are going to ask to join my group, and I'm not going to accept your requests. I'm so sorry. My group is closed. My group is closed. So I've seen people do public groups. I think a lot of people do public groups. I do mine closed because of the vibe I've created in my group. People kind of call me like the boob girl because I did this entire month of boobs where I reviewed like all these different strapless bras in the summer, and it just kind of happened like that. But I would rather it be a closed group and people be able to come in there and talk about their Botox and talk about their strapless bras and talk about their diet and stuff like that, rather than it being a public group. And I would say that I frequently have conversations with people in that group, and that my vibe in particular is that it is like kind of a safe place where you can go and chat about stuff. But then other people do public groups that are more about like empowerment and public sharing and all that kind of stuff. So it really just depends on your vibes. And you can absolutely, get with other people and kind of have an agreement. Like, yeah, you can join my group as long as you're, commenting and interacting and all of that good stuff. That's great. But once you start building a team, and then all of a sudden, you become kind of exposed and like hundreds of people are asking to join your group, not all of those people are going to interact in your group. So let's see. Most of my first line started out in my customer group, so I would never remove them. And I have a lot of my first line. I have a lot of my own leaders in there. People I've developed a personal relationship with, yes. So I've probably been a little more liberal with allowing people in my group that I'd let on, but it has taken a serious toll on my VIP group and interaction, to be honest with you. All right. I have a customer group. I also have a Facebook business page. I think a Facebook customer group is great for cultivating a relationship and cultivating engagement. And I think a business Facebook page is really good for marketing and for attracting new people and for establishing business credibility. So when you're promoting your business and you're working that vendor event and you hand somebody a business card and it has the typed out like facebook.com/groups/Christin's Kiss and Tell or whatever it is, you're like, I'm not going to go and join a group, to be honest with you. So I would prefer to have just, even a fairly basic Facebook business page put up, a free Facebook business page. So that way you can say, hey, you can find me on Facebook at Superhero Lips. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a little more professional and you have a way to do that. And honestly, setting up a Facebook page doesn't take all that long. All right. So that's about starting your groups kind of organically. And then the last thing, let's talk about the whole monthly VIP thing, because clearly I am covering so much information in a really short period of time. I have more in-depth trainings on my YouTube channel. Just be aware that my new party method with the events is not on there. And I haven't done a video on super hostessing, but you can get some of my ideas around monthly VIPs and sponsoring and flipping hostesses and all that good stuff on my Facebook channel. And it's Christin Slough. It's nothing tricky there. It's just my name. So for monthly VIP, let me talk to you about the theory of the monthly VIP. So I do a monthly VIP party, and during that 1 week a month, I'm really focused on my VIP party. I create entirely original content for every VIP party. I create entirely new promos for every VIP party. I super hostess every VIP party. I contact all of my customers who have ever purchased from me before who have not become distributors. I prospect new customers. I post on my personal page. I post on my business page. I create all of that content because what I want is to have a rockin' badass party. I would rather sell $1,200 of stuff in a night or a 24-hour period than scratching it out for the month, because that is painful for me. I have 1,800 people in my downlines. I train, I personally sponsor, I do Facebook parties, I launch new downlines. I cannot scrape for sales every day of the month. That will drive me insane. So for me, I created balance in my business by having one party each month geared towards my own customer group. So people are going to disagree with me. They're going to say, well, if you have a party every month, they're only going to buy during your party. I have personally decided I'm okay with that because I do still get sales throughout the month from Facebook parties where the hostess didn't flip, from meeting new customers, from that girl who ran out of gloss, from that other girl who needs a present and they just can't wait. So I do get sales throughout the month, but I'm not killing myself for them all month. I kill myself for 1 week and I get them all in like one shot, right? And then I fill all those orders and I'm like, phew, done, right? I like it. So that's part of the reason why I do it this way. The other reason why I do it this way is so that the other 3 weeks out of the month, I can be posting engaging content, and I can be posting funny things, and I can be posting lifestyle questions, and I can be talking about Botox and strapless bras, because it's a psychology thing. If you are the person that in your customer group only posts about your business, when people are looking through their notifications and they see Christin Slough just posted in Christin's Kiss and Tell, they're going to think, I don't need any lipstick today. I'm not going to click on that. Now, when you talk about boobs and Botox and diets and miracle noodles and all of that other kind of stuff throughout the month, when they see Christin posted in Christin's Kiss and Tell, they're like, what is this crazy person up to today? And they're going to click it and they're going to look at it. So that when that 1 week a month comes, they are trained to look at your site. They are way more likely to see your posts in their Facebook feed because they're engaging and commenting and doing things. And it just creates that balance because you're engaging them and then you're switching into sales mode and then you're going back into engagement mode. So that way you're not just like pounding them with product information all the time because you have just become a solicitation if all you post about is your business. So that's the way I created balance, like for myself, where I can really focus on sales 1 week out of the month. And like, so I did my VIP party. It was like $800 the other day. I was totally fine with that. I had $800, a personal discount sign up, and a party booking out of it. So now I'm going to work my leads from that. I'm going to follow back up with my customers. All of those people who bought the $800 worth of stuff are going to receive a message from me within the next week or two, making sure that they love their purchase. As a matter of fact, one of my good customers like just messaged just while we were on here telling us that she loves Glam Doll. So I'm going to be offering her a wholesale membership, by the way, here in just a moment. So I'm going to spend the rest of my month working my pipeline, following back up with those customers. And that's how I've created balance between sponsoring Facebook parties, supporting a team, training a team, traveling, and most importantly, taking care of my family by doing a once a month party for my customers. So I have found that there have been times where I had to take a break. I didn't get to it that month, and then my party the next month was better. So just put the work in. You know what I mean? Put the work in and work the numbers. Let them tell you no. It is okay. Every no gets you closer to the yes. So I've had, 250 no's. I got 45 yeses. Out of those, I have 16 still active. Out of those, 3 people have made team sales of more than, 6 plus 4, about $10 million. $10 million in team sales. I started this business as a single mom working full time. I was a vice president of a bank when I started this as a hobby, just for fun, because I was going to place like 3 orders. Between April and December, hit Crown Princess. Now, let me tell you a little story about starting out with no money, right? Because I didn't like to carry inventory. I didn't want to carry inventory. I was super skeptical about MLM. So I started in April and I hit Crown Princess in December. In November, I stocked up for the first time in my entire journey. I had carried maybe 8 to 10 colors on me, maybe 5 to 6 glosses at the time, at any point in time. And I placed 1,000 PV order to do a vendor event with my upline, Angela. And if you've ever placed 1,000 PV order and you got it in the mail and you open it and you're like, that's not that much stuff. So I ordered more because I was like, I don't know if this is enough. So I ordered more stuff and we go and work this event. And I was like, well, now I have all this stock. I don't want to have all this stock. So I'm going to do a free stock sale, a free shipping stock sale. I didn't even offer like a discount or anything. I just said, I'm going to drop anything you buy in the mail the next day for free. And my customers went nuts because they were used to having to wait for their orders and they went crazy and I sold a ton of it. And I was like, oh my God, why did I wait this long to carry inventory? I sell inventory way better because people like to get it faster. So if you have the option of starting out with some inventory, some testers and all that stuff, I kind of encourage you to do that. It was it took me a really long time to learn that lesson. I wish I hadn't waited that long, kind of kicking myself over that. And because I did it that way, I taught all of my downlines to kind of start out and do it that way. So a lot of my downlines did that too. And I think it may have slowed their businesses down as well. So if you just want a personal testimony from a skeptic who thought direct sales was one step above prostitution, it is okay to buy inventory. You're safe. All right. So that was kind of the story there. So I actually didn't start really carrying inventory till November. I had nearly $1 million team by then. And by the end of the year, I had nearly a $4 million team in February. So I started in April and then in December, I hit Crown Princess. And in February, I left my job as a vice president of a bank. And I now make twice as much, even including if you consider my benefits, my health insurance, my 401k, twice as much as I did at the bank. And I work for myself. I have my lash appointment. Yes, they are eyelash extensions. I saw all the comments. So I have my lash extension appointment in the middle of the day. And now I'm going to go get my kid and I'm going to go do a lipstick party tonight. And then I'm going to come home and do one on Facebook. I'm going to work, a little bit this weekend. I'm going to hang out and I get to own my own time. So I am not saying that because I work for myself and run a lipstick empire that I don't work. Frankly, I bust my ass. But I bust my ass because it's fun and nobody else owns my time. I do it when I want to and I do it around my schedule and I'm excited about it. Like I don't wake up ever and I think, oh my God, I have to work today. I might wake up and think, oh my God, I have to get dressed and take Lily to school. That sucks. But I never think, oh my God, I have to work today. I love my work. It's fun. Like lipstick is fun. So, all right, so I'm going to try to do a few questions, but like literally I have to be in Marietta, Oklahoma in an hour and 20 minutes, and I have to get my daughter and make a stop on the way. Do you recommend selling on Facebook or creating your own website? Yeah, I have a website. I paid a lot of money for it. I don't know that I've really found out how to utilize that tool because this is relationship marketing, so most of my sales come through private conversations with people. So I'm not saying that it's not a great idea or something that you can work towards. I don't think it's necessary to start your business. I do have a set site. I think having some way for people to buy online is important. So I like having that option for that person who's like, I just want to shop online. All right, girl, no problem. Here's a link. How do you get hostesses? So when I do a hostess party, I have a booking incentive where they get a free makeup brush set for booking a party during a party. So like I have a party going on tonight and I'm going to post, get this makeup brush set for free if you book a party tonight. And I use those as booking incentives. They cost $10 on Amazon. Let's see. Do I do lip and sips? Yeah, sometimes. I kind of live out in this stick, so I don't do as much in person. I do a lot of my launch demos in person, but I will do happy hours with my girlfriends and like go meet them up, like, hey, my girlfriends are going to be in Plano tonight. They all work the corporate job. They're all my customers. So I'm like, meet me over at Del Frisco's Grill. We'll have a drink. It'll be like 5 o'clock and I'll bring my lip colors with me. So I'll do that. And then, I've had people over to my house. When I have people over to my house, it's usually a glamour demo. And a glamour demo is a one-on-one, and I let them play with all of my makeup and all of my testers and all of that good stuff. BS Mall brush sets on Amazon.com, and they're like $10, and they look great. Do you give the brushes before the party or on the night of their party? They will get the brushes from me after they've had a party where they have invited 50 people. So my hostesses don't get something, like if it's a party off of a party from somebody I don't know, they aren't going to receive anything from me until after they invited at least 50 people and, had their party. I just fed our friends over lunch. Oh yeah, girl. I do stuff like that all the time. Like I would almost rather go sit down one-on-one with somebody and show them everything, and they're more likely to sign up than it is to have a party. I failed to coach the girl that I'm launching tonight very well, and I asked her how many people she has coming overnight. She's like, I think about 30, and I'm like, so I'm only having a little bit of a panic attack, and we'll see about that. What brushes are they again? It's BS Mall, like Bravo Sierra Mall, MALL, and just say BS Mall brush sets on Amazon. They're like $10. They're on Prime. Cheap. Let's see. If you have too many people in your group already, I've kind of contemplated a purge in my group and removing anybody that I don't know and who was added by somebody I don't know. So I have contemplated a purge. I don't really know. I don't know that I'm the expert on that. So I've had bust Facebook parties before too. Even if you do everything right, even if your hostess does everything right, there are variables that you may not understand. Like you may not know that they've hosted 6 parties for other MLMs in the last 6 weeks or 6 months. Like they could have really lost a lot of credibility with their people. So there's a lot of factors. Sometimes parties bust. The biggest deciding factor, group, event, doing it however it is you're going to do it, super hostessing. the hostess makes all of the difference. You could do everything right and have it bust if your hostess isn't doing the right things. And some of them simply will not listen to you. So again, it's just a numbers game. All right, so I totally have to get off of here right this very moment, or else I'm going to be late to this demo. I might anyways. So, I'll answer real quickly. Best day for online parties. My online parties are usually a couple, 2-3 days long. So it doesn't necessarily matter what day, but I do like to run them for 2 or 3 days, and I like to start them in the evening so that when I make those first few posts to get people's attention, they're more likely to be online around, 8 or 9 p.m. I will come back through here. I'm not sure that I'll be able to respond to all of the comments, but when I get my daughter down in bed tonight, it may be a little late. I'll sit down and see if I can respond to as many comments as I can. And I hope that y'all have a great night. And thank you so much for tuning in. Oh, the prize. We have to do this. Okay. So I have a Lip Boss starter kit. Is a Senegence Trucker Cat. It is a cute little bag. It is a oval makeup brush set. I've got an oval makeup brush set that are cute. I've got an Elaine Turner blue bracelet with a crown. And I've got a cute lippy headband. So this is going to go to somebody, and I want y'all to tell me what your favorite Christmas beverage is. Are you an eggnog person? My daughter is currently obsessed with hot chocolate. I am telling you every day, Mommy, let's have hot chocolate and popcorn. I'm like, no, sweetheart, we have to actually eat dinner every day. So somebody is going to win this. You tell me what your favorite Christmas beverage is. You have 24 hours. So if you're watching this back later, that's totally fine. And I will draw a winner and get out tomorrow. And we'll get your contact information. There is a Google form in the group. Unfortunately, the downline dominions of the leaders who are participating, these 24 leaders, their downlines are the ones that are eligible for the prizes since we've paid for them. So if it got shared outside of our group, we are happy to provide you with training, but fill out the little Google document because the people who are in the dominions of the people who have hosted the event are the ones who are going to, be able to win prizes. So go search for the Google form and fill that out, and I will go back through these comments later and somebody will win a prize. Bye guys, have a great night.